How do you grow with MCPS? Because there's a lot of opportunity in that.
We want that from the moment you think about working for MCPS, that our values, mission, and vision are clearly articulated.
They value, individual employees.
I see it more than as a job. I see it as, opportunity to go back to school and progress and grow. So, I feel like one of the kids.
MCPS is actually welcomes new ideas and wants fresh ideas and wants young people.
We are trying to recruit people that are going to stay with us because we're going to put a major investment into people.
When you put in a core set of values that we trust in each other, that's the place where you want to be.
I think if we're all owning it, we're going to end up with a stronger workforce and better employees, and in the end, of course, better results for our students.
Our mission here in the Office of Staffing and Recruiting is to find the most outstanding candidate for every position in the system. And part of the continual improvement process is looking at how we do that. How do we screen? How do we interview? How do we select? Can we get better at that? And all of our hiring processes are electronic. So we have the capability of going worldwide. Anybody who has a computer and has access to the internet can find out what positions we have in this county, and they can apply to those.
So all applicants, both potential and current MCPS employees, access the system by logging on to mcpscareers.org. As a candidate, you have the option to upload a resume if you already have one.
We have an outstanding website, and we're looking for those folks that have looked into us, because we want to select them, but we also want them to select us.
I did do some research. I hopped on the internet and I checked out the whole web page, and you can really read a lot about the superintendent and what the goal is for the school system.
The implementation team right now is focusing on teacher hiring. The goal would be to expand it to hiring for all employees. The purpose is to look at our common collective beliefs and understandings and what we can really do to improve the hiring process.
Are there better questions that we can ask to drill down to find out what a candidate really believes? What are their core values?
And then it's really in that interview process where you're really asking those deep questions about high expectations, building relationships with students, planning for equity, collaboration with stakeholders. That's when you really find out about someone. And are they able to provide specificity in their responses?
The new systems that we're using electronically mean that if you post one position, you might get 150 applicants. We have to make sure that we have processes in place to screen as many of the applicants as we possibly can.
And we want them to know what we expect, that when they do come to us, we expect them to work hard, we expect them to continually develop themselves, and to always be looking for a better way to be a more effective teacher in the classroom.
And regardless of anyone's role in the school system, if you interact with a child at any given time, you have the opportunity to have an impact. And I would hope that everyone's goal would be for it to be a positive one.
MCPS believed that we needed to have a program to help orient people and bring them on board, hence the term onboarding. You want to make the new employee feel welcome. You want to help them understand our culture, our mission, our vision, and our values.
We couldn't do it without any one of us.
And what people really need to know is our story. The story about who we are, where we've come, how we have changed over the last 40 years in terms of student demographics, and our emphasis on equity and on excellence, and how important that is. You have a mixed group. You're not just talking to teachers, and you're not just talking to support professionals. Everybody's in the room together, engaging with each other and talking with each other. That allows you to see, oh, that's where I fit into the much larger perspective. That's why we do what we do as a big picture system.
The technology, that all students have access to that technology. I work in the Department of Family and Community Partnerships, and my role specifically as partnership manager is to build relationships in the community and also to build programs for parents that are going to really get them involved in MCPS and in their child's education. This onboarding course makes me feel a part of MCPS and a part of a culture. It reminds me that I actually do play a really big role in what's happening to the students and what they're learning and what they're getting, and that's what you're really reminded of in this onboarding course.
One of the things we know in education is that each child has a tipping point in his or her life, or multiple tipping points. It's a point where something is going to change for them. And what's so unbelievably powerful when you're in public education is you can't tell where that's going to be. So it can be any one of us at any point in time.
I'm a bus driver. I started a month ago, and right now I love the experience. I'm the first MCPS employee they see in the morning. As a former police officer, I did a lot of youth activities back home. So I know kids. You have to listen to kids. Good morning, Joseph. Sometimes I may pick up something that nobody can see for the day. And once I could, ask the pertinent questions, I might get an answer that will help them during the course of the day.
And those are the moments in public education that you live for.
You look at every child and see the light in their eye and the capabilities that they have, and basically are going to do whatever it takes to get them to where they need to be, where they can be, and maybe even to exceed expectations.
Some of the things that I've been sharing with the new staff today, I'm going to take back to my building as well, because it is so interesting to really see how every person is such a vital part of making this school system work.
And when you think about the impact that you can make on any given kid at any time, it's a great opportunity. And that's part of the message that we want to give new hires. It's part of who we are as MCPS.
We want to be real clear with those folks that are interested in coming to us that they're not just coming to another school system. They're coming to a school system that is committed to them, and we want their commitment to us.
They have talked about the core values. We get to talk about what those values are, what they mean, and how to incorporate those in our daily life. And to me, that's unique, that's empowering, that's incredible.